welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are back for the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival, coming to you live from Bandar Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. Beautiful, beautiful Kuala Lumpur. It's sunny skies here and a beautiful day for a race. And I am Nick Harris, and to my left is going to be Victor Cax, who is going to be your commentary team for today.
That is exactly right, Nick. It's just exciting to be here today at the Royal Malaysian Air Force Base here. They've converted the old runway to become a really tight and really exciting looking circuit here. You guys can see it on screen right now, that long runway here. We can have a look at the track here. It is actually about 1.92 kilometers long. It's got 10 corners, and it's got all these concrete walls all around the edges here. So you can know that this is going to be a very tight circuit, and there's definitely lots of opportunities here for some racing action.
Let's take a look at the highlights from the previous qualifying rounds to tell you guys what of the action. Let's take a look at this track here as we take a look at how long the circuit is at 1.96 kilometers with a total of 10 corners, with the longest straight in measuring in at 511 meters.
That is right. And the cars that the drivers will be taking to the street here today is going to be the Toyota Vios. Now, these aren't the same as the road-going Toyota Vios that we're all familiar with. These have been completely modified and tuned to become race spec. So these are thoroughbred race cars, not quite the normal road cars that we all know and love.
And take a look at the highlights, ladies and gentlemen. This is the action that you've missed out thus far. And man, oh man, has it been an action-packed qualifying rounds, but the qualifying rounds have been done and dusted. All of the drivers are already on the grid in their positions, and it is going to be an action-packed day of races as we're going to go into the sporting qualifying highlights first. And this is the first class that we're going to be commentating on for race number 1 today.
Yeah, this is the sporting class. It's here, class of drivers here. These are all professional racers. About 16 of them on the grid today. They're going to be racing 20 laps in total on this track here. We're going to be seeing them live very soon.
Right, and there they are. They are on track as it is, ready to go. It is going to be the sporting class. The revs of the engine, the smell of gasoline, and the smell of burnt rubber will be abundant here at the old Air Force base as we look at the starting grid of the positionings of all these races thus far.
Yeah, so in the front row there, we got Mirza Shabi and Tom Goh. They are the two fastest guys so far. Hayden Heikal and Bradley Benedict fills up row 2. Adam Kali and Kenneth Cole fills up row number 3. And following onto the grid there, we will also have Vincent Ng in P7, in Ricky Tan, they will fill up row number 4. And then we have Haji Sultan Mustafa Shadlin and Dato Ken Fu filling up row number 5. Then we also have Danny Ng and Clement Yo in row 6. These guys are, they tried really hard during qualifying to better their time, but unfortunately we're still stuck in the 118s. Then in row 7, we have Wong Chin Ik and Tarmimi Tahang. And in row 8, Aisham Buganathan and Muhammad Ismail Idris.
Well, it is going to be sound off here 1 minute before the flag is going to wave them off. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you are ready and hope your race hats are on, because it's going to be a wonderful race here featuring 16 of our sporting class racers vying for dominance.
Yeah, so let's go to have watch out here because Mirza Shami Mazda, he's been competing in 3 seasons of the MSF and it's going to be competing in MCS this year, and it's definitely going to be one to beat here as he is in pole position. And the best person to do that job is going to be Tom Goh, aka the founder CEO of 0to100.com, and looking to get a really good result here in race 1.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one here as we go. It's going to be 20 laps of the sporting class today, so I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go. Race is off. Sound off as they go for the race, and there we go, coming in to the first turn.
So right now,
Excuse me.
But in any case, this is going to be their parade lap. So this is formation lap. That's going to allow them to just make sure they have the tires warm up before going into the start here. But again, like want to remind you guys that Mirza Shami Mazlan, the guy in the yellow and black car, in car number 97, he's pole position sitter, and he is absolutely fast, setting a 117.4 in the qualifying session. Tom Go is going to be in P2. He's representing S&D Talent Motorsports, and he's also the founder CEO of 0-100.com. And you know that with those kind of credentials, he definitely wants to make a name for himself yet again here in this race. But in terms of the other racers to watch out for, we also have to have a look at Hayden Haikal, who is currently in the second row alongside Bradley Benedict and Anthony. Both of these drivers are very, very young. Bradley Benedict, in fact, came from the karting circuit, whereas Hayden Haikal, he's only 15 years old, and he's the youngest driver on the grid right now, and definitely a really exciting talent to watch. Then we also have Adam Khalid, who is going to be driving in this year's TCR Asia Series, so definitely someone to watch out for in that front row. And we also have Ricky Tan from Saksama Motorsports. We also have Won Chin Eek, who actually had a pretty decent finish in that last race here. Let's see if he's going to be able to make that up when we come into the actual start this time.
Actual start this time, yeah. This time, no more false starts from me, no more false. As the green flags are going to wave off, ladies and gentlemen, they are going to be counted down and sounded off soon. And everyone is in their positions, and it's going to be race off very, very soon. Victor, are you excited?
I'm excited. We have been waiting for this all weekend long. It's going to first race. Here we go. Here's Ali having a very good start so far. Car number 7 able to stay out on the outside, but on the inside here comes the car number 33. Tongo able to cut way into the inside line here, but Mirza is not going to give up yet, but coming in from the other side, car 81 is coming in as these cars start to pile in towards those first 3 turns. Now they will be coming up the straight. This is going to be an opportunity here for some of these guys to start to widen up again. Mirza is still going to be able to stay only up in front, but a bit of contact on the back there. Car number 71 has massive damage onto his front left. Lots of smoke coming out from his tires. They're still going for the green flag here. They're still allowing these guys to race as they come down to the chicane.
Oh my goodness, the first chicane already, as we see car number 97 moving it off onto the hairpin turn. That is beautifully done there. A little bit of action coming in from that starting site, as we do see some crazy action here coming in. Beautifully done from a lot of these drivers here, keeping up very tight formations here as they stay very competitive against one another. Time is not of the essence here, as it's going to be positioning here. Remember, 20 laps before they end up. A lot of time for them to work on beautiful attacks here coming in toward the chicane.
Going from 3 car wide now into 1 single file. Now as it enters into second 2 coming to the final few corners. Mirza is still going to be in the lead here. The top one from the safety car is out to car. The drivers will have to slow down into formation here as we wait to see what happened with Ricky Tan. Car number 71 had a massive hit against the wall there on the main straight and likely has severe suspension damage. He's going to have to limp himself way into the pits, and with the safety car out right now, we can also expect a little bit more damage. Mirza is in fact just lost his right-hand mirror there. It's literally hanging off by a thread on his car. So the yellow flag still out for this lap. The safety car is going to be taking these cars on a parade right now as the marshals will be clearing out the track, getting ready for the restart.
All right, so looking at positioning here, Vincent Ng as well as Haji Sultan Mustafa Salihin were able to improve their positioning, whereas Kenneth Cole fell down towards 8th spot at 9, 10, 11, and 12. It's either Dato Ken Fu, Denise Ng, Clement Yo Ing Chai, Tamimi Taha were able to improve their positioning as well, whereas Wong Chin Egg was staying in his position at position 13, 14 and 15 will be Muhammad Ismail Idris, as well as Shan Muganathan Arumugan was able to improve his position. Ricky Tan, however, in a little bit of bother.
Yeah, a little bit despair as well. Watching from the sidelines here as the entire parade of cars will pass his one by. The 71 car now stranded out on track, so the tow truck will have to be called here in order to clear that obstruction. Safety car will likely continue to allow them to go for a few more laps. We're going to be looking at the replay of what happened with car number 71. We do see the entire train of cars coming to the side there. You'll see towards the middle of the pack that car 71 went a little bit too wide there and a huge hit onto the concrete barrier. There was nothing much he could do. Once he was way past the apex there, he couldn't slow down his car enough in order to make it through. So very unfortunate there for Ricky Tan when well, I guess it's only going to be race 2 now that where his hopes are going to hang.
Well, it's very, very unfortunate for Ricky Tan in car number 71. Has to sit this race out here, considering how he overshot that particular chicane and met up with the barrier. So with the safety car out, this is going to be a very interesting factor here towards the positioning of all these races. Now we do see the marshals out there giving out some doing some investigation towards the extent of the damage as well, and looking towards removing the car out of the grid.
Yeah, not an easy position there, unfortunately. They have to go through the runway here, so waving the cars by as they come around for another lap here of the safety car. The tow truck is already positioned, so hopefully we will have Ricky's car moved out of the way so we can get back onto racing here. But for now, the drivers definitely have to temper the expectations here, because they know just one mistake like that, especially this early during the race, definitely is going to cost you severely, because you will not be able to get any points you need going into race 2.
Well, an interesting thing to note also is the fact that Mirza Shafi has lost his right side rear view mirror, side mirror, excuse me, and that is going to be detrimental in terms of fighting defensively, in terms of defending his race line, if he's going to be challenged by any of these drivers in the form of Tom Go or Hayden Haikal. So in terms of what limitations he has for his vehicle, it's definitely going to take into consideration as to how defensively he's going to be blind on the right side of his vehicle.
Yeah, it definitely will be a factor, but I also am a little bit concerned because like the mirror is literally hanging off by a wire there, and I just hope it doesn't get detached when they go for the restart. I mean, there is potential that if the race director deems it too dangerous, they might have to call him in order to get that mirror changed. But if they do that, especially in the middle of the race, he's going to lose that P1. So this is going to be a really tough situation here for Mirza Shafi, because not only is he like defensively in the line, but he could potentially lose it in the grid. Just a lot of drivers here if his front mirror just falls off.
Well, there is going to be a penalty there added to the final result for a false start for Mirza Shafi, so that's very unfortunate for him. So we do see that coming in, safety car still out, making sure that the escort is out and running for everyone in formation here. As you can see, the heat lines coming out from the track. It's a very, very warm day here coming in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
15 seconds is a very significant amount of time here. I'm like surprised that the race director is being very, very strict about this, but for good reason as well. You know, false starts give you a real unfair advantage, especially when you consider that the start of the race there is nothing away from any drivers. There is a place where drivers can make up a lot of positions, and if you start way too early compared to everyone else, you're going to be gunning away all the way to the front. So car number 7, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a replay of what happened to his side mirror. So we do see here, this section here, this narrow part here, this is where he lost his mirror by scraping the wall there. Wall that's actually been scraped quite a few times so far, especially during practice.
Well, that wall has a lot of familiarity with the right sides of a lot of cars here coming in towards the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival, as we do see a lot of drivers have lost their side mirrors as well as scraped up, but thankfully not many drivers have lost any speed or time, considering how aggressively they take that corner.
Yeah, we're already 4 laps in. We've been doing the last 3 laps on the safety car. I believe the car of Ricky Tan should already be on the tow truck at this point. So hopefully he's already on his way off the track here as we are now coming down towards turn 3. And yes, indeed, obstruction has already been cleared. So perhaps the safety car will just go ahead and check. And yep, I just received word that the safety car will be exiting this lap. We will be continuing on with racing right after this.
Well, the safety car will be in the pit at the end of this lap, so this is going to be interesting, as we shall see that could this be an indicator of a more competitive and very, how to say, action-packed race here, because this is just our first race of today, and it's sporting class already. It's foreshadowing of a fantastic time.
Yeah, and I think like the race just got really, really hard here for Mirza Shami. Not only has he lost his mirror, not only had he gotten a penalty here, but now with that penalty on the line, that means that it's going to be a really hard race for him. Even if he does have the lead, he needs to build up at least 15 seconds in order to be able to maintain it by the end of the race, because 15 seconds will be added to the end. Safety car is already into the pits. The drivers will be starting. They are on their line now, and here we go. Pedal to the metal now. Mirza still going to be leading in front, and Tom Gold literally right behind him. Hayden High as well. Car 81 just going, following the train now as Mirza Shami starting to build up the gap between him and Tom Gold. He's absolutely flying away now. He's going down to his turn 3, coming down to the main straight here. Again, be careful. This is where Rigitan met his unfortunate end here, but it looks like these guys are keeping it nice and tidy, one car long as they go down towards that main straight.
Everyone now maintaining their same race line here, but this could be an opportunity for Tom Gold to try to actually overtake Mirza Shami, but he's got to be careful that he does not overshoot this turn here before heading on to the next turn, which is turn number 5.
I see a hanging bumper actually on one of the cars in the back of the line there. Hopefully we'll be able to get it close so we see exactly this, but that hanging bumper there is actually affecting arrows. A little bit of slide there. Oh, somebody obstruction on the track there on turn 5. This is at least a little bit of gap there, so drivers should be able to get through, but I think another car has gotten into collision with him, in fact, and he stopped on the side. We still have green flags here for the guys, but there's going to be yellow flags coming in soon. Replay will be coming in, so let's see what exactly happened between these two.
Oh my goodness. Oh. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. And another one, but still coming in from car 93, Denise Ung still decides to drive on. And man, that was just insane in terms of the collision that was coming in at turn number 5.
Massive damage there to his left, and unfortunately, it seemed like car number 98, which is Clement Yo, he tried to cut into the inside there of car 77, which is Kevin Cole, and unfortunately took both of them out of the race here. We also have another car in front there. Can't quite see what number it is on there, but he also sustained a bit of damage to his front there, having actually hit the rear end there. So that's a little bit unfortunate. We're going to be having the safety car yet again. Man, what a dramatic race it's been so far.
Clement Yo as well as Kenneth Ko, I think, are going to be the two drivers that are going to be out of this race thus far, as the yellow flags have been waved off. The safety car is back into play. So this is going to be very, very unfortunate here as we hit lap number 6 with the safety car still in tow, waiting for the tow truck to come in and remove the obstructions on the racetrack to ensure a safe space. Remember, safety is the #1 priority here today at the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival VOS Challenge. And man, oh man, has it been exciting, has it been dramatic for all you viewers at home and in attendance.
Yeah, so the thing is with Kenneth Cole, Clement Yo, and Rigitan, that's definitely going to be a retirement for these 3 drivers. Not too sure about Kenneth Cole though, because it looks like his car is about intact. I'm not sure, maybe his engine might have stalled there on the track and perhaps it's not able to start again. So it looks like he's going to have to sit it out for a while, but the tow truck is going to focus on getting car number 98 out of the track there. Clement Yo, unfortunately, will be retiring from this race.
Well, it's very unfortunate as we have both the tow trucks out, and we do see the contact between cars number 77 and 98 at turn 5. It is going to be under investigation as we speak, and it's going to be very quick as we see the marshals right now working as quickly as possible to ensure the race continues on.
Yeah, they're going to be seeing another replay again about what happened. And I think what happened really was that Clement Yo literally tried to cut into the inside there as they come around to the hairpin. And that is always a dangerous position to be in, because the thing is that if you don't give, if the person in front doesn't give you enough room, you'll just literally sideswipe the door there. And that's exactly what happened. The car number 93, that was the other car that got into a rear end there, Daddy's Ung. He will be able to continue on. It seems like his car did not sustain too much damage, but with Kenneth, his door completely sideswiped like that, he most likely will be retiring unless his car can be turned around.
Very dramatic end coming in for Kenneth Ko as well as Clement Yeo. We do hope that both of them are safe and sound. Nothing but scrapes and bruises for them. Nothing too serious in terms of injury. However, the cars for both of them have seen better days.
Yeah, very so then like some pretty tense faces going on here in the pits as they are definitely feeling a bit of frustration here. You know, we're going to be going for another restart here once the obstructions have been cleared. But for the drivers here, it means that there hasn't been a lot of opportunity for them to actually go and do some actual racing. And quite frankly, especially for those who are sitting in the middle of the field right now, you know, they literally will have less laps here in order to try to attempt to make up positions. And I think as time goes on here, I think Mirza, Tom Go, and Hayden Heikal probably may stay up on top there for quite a while, unless some other incidents occur throughout this race.
Well, we are waiting for the next announcement here to find out when the safety car is going to go back into the pit here, and we're going to be continuing the race. But look at some of these decals here. Beautiful stuff there, skull in the rose.
Beautiful number as well on Sean Muganathan's car there, 69. Hey.
Well, it's definitely something to look forward to here as we are going to be enjoying the race as it continues on. So we do see the safety cars still in play here as all the cars are still going to maintain single file positions and maintaining their position on the grid. Quick work there being done by our marshals to ensure that a safe space is going to be provided for all our race car drivers, and we do hope that this is going to be the final instance of the safety car making an appearance on the track.
Yeah, so as of right now, in terms of the standings, right, Mirza Shami Mazan is still going to be in P1, but remember he has a 15-second penalty, so this is going to have to be taken as provisional for now. Tom Go is currently in second position, Hayden Heikal in third, Bradley Benedict Anthony in fourth at the moment, Adam Kali in fifth, Vincent Lung in sixth, Haji Sultan Mustafa Saklin in 12, Dato Ken Fu is going to be taking the 8th spot, Danny's out in 9th, Tarbimi Tahak in 10, Wanching E in 11, Muhammad Ismail Idris in 12, and last but not least, Sean Muganathan is going to be in the 13th spot.
Well, it is going to be interesting to see how these races are going to be adapting towards the situation here. Less cars on the track means a little bit more space for them to navigate. However, we did see a little bit of contact that's been happening between a lot of these drivers here. Started off with Ricky Tan and now Kenneth Ko as well as Clement Yeo will be at the end of a very unfortunate contact between themselves there, and it mostly came from this turn where the safety car is going to be approaching right now, which is turn number 5, mainly because of how little space was given between Clement Yeo as well as Kenneth Ko.
And that's the thing about race starts, you know, that's the point in time where most of these cars are so close to each other, and that's in fact we're going to be able to see that in a few moments now as we will be seeing a highlight there of the start. And this is the restart here after the safety car had retired back into the pits, and we did see Mirza like just basically pulling away from the rest of the grid here as he should due to having the penalty. But really it was that hairpin there that proved to be the death knell of car 77 and 93 as they came together at the end there. But it seemed like throughout this entire time though, the cars were mostly lying in single file. There wasn't really much overtaking to be had. There was the attempt there at turn 5, but we all know that that basically ended in disaster.
It is disastrous for Clement Yeo as well as Kenneth Ko as they will be heading on to that turn. This is the replay for you guys in attendance here, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I think the collision was about to happen here. And man, oh man, we did see it right there just at the edges of our view there. Coming in for car number 77 as well as 98, and man, oh man, was it unfortunate. We do see now the car being towed off into the pits here. It's going to take a little bit more time here as we do see that it has been very action-packed for a lot of these racers coming into this first race. Could be foreshadowing of a crazy amount of action that is going to transpire between these racers as they are going to aggressively fight for their racing lines.
Yeah, so car 98 is going to have to report in with the race doers after this, and I think very likely they are really looking at whether or not he made whether it was a mistake that he tried to or a mistake that he made as he tried to make the cutting, or maybe it was a bit of a heavy-handed action there that caused a collision. But nevertheless, at least for Clement Yo, his race is definitely over for now. Not sure whether he's going to be able to get the car back in shape here for race number 2, but just looking at the damage there, man, like that suspension is really, really bent. I really doubt he'll be able to make race 2.
Well, that is definitely unfortunate here, considering the amount of damage coming in. So I do believe that it may be another lap or so before the safety car gets back into the pit. We shall wait and see the announcement that comes forward for each and every one of us. Big thumbs up from our viewers here in attendance and the pit crew in attendance here today. And it has been a crazy amount of action here. And the safety car will be in the pit at the end of this lap, and we shall continue the race with 9 more laps to go.
As they should. So they're going to be 9 more laps for these drivers to try to make up places. So literally it's going to be a sprint to the end. And given that they've been on the track for quite a while, the tires are definitely going to be quite warmed up at this point, and definitely will be in optimal conditions here for them to try to make some good moves. But the thing is that, you know, especially for Mirza Shambi, even though he is in the lead, he could potentially lose it if he cannot build up a gap big enough to make it away from Tom Go. So literally his choice now is to try to at least have a big enough gap ahead of Tom Go that at least he should be able to end up on the podium, perhaps maybe have a worse P4 by the end of this race. But the 15-second penalty, that was applied because of the false start there. So lots of unfortunate incidences here in this race, and no least for Mirza Shambi Maslan.
Well, safety car will be back into the pits really soon, as we're going to be seeing Mirza Shambi right now holding on towards his lead, as we see a lot of these races right now still in that position that they started off in. So this could be a signifier, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's race time as the safety car will be back into it, as we're going to be checking out the fight proceeding. We've got 8 more laps to go as this game.
So it looks like some of the cars are actually starting to pull away here. The top 4 here, then we're going to go for Mirza. They're going to bounce it at the end of that last corner. So then the top goes very close to the line here. He doesn't want to let the Tenacious Kid get away from him too early on in this restart. Now they will be going in 1 car wide down through the runway. Mirza is going to be the first one to chicane. Will he be able to keep his braking on point here? His side mirror down, literally dancing in the wind as they come around to his chicane. He's going to be braking hard. There's quite a bit of a gap there, but car number 33, Tom Go, is not making the best. He might be the easy exit. Mirza, unfortunately, not able to get his separation on Tom Go. Will overtake him. Will he be able to stay ahead? It looks like he might do so before we come into turn 6. Now this is quite a turn in events here. Mirza lost his lead here to Tom Go. Tom now is going to be able to stay in front as he goes down to sector 2. Not a lot of overtaking opportunities there. He should be able to stay in that position until they get to the finish line.
Alright, so we can see here coming in on the side of Taylor, nicely done there, being able to steal that lead position away from the side of Mirza Shambi. So this is going to be a very interesting turn of events here, as they are going to finish off onto the line. 7 laps to go. Excuse me. Race will turn based on the time duration.
Bradley Benedict starting to have the look on the inside of Hayden Highcall as it comes down towards the runway. Tom Go fall very close behind Mirza Shambi. He's looking to go for a counterattack, so we have a 2-way battle going on here. 1 for P1 and 1 for P3. Both Tom Go and Hayden Highcall will have to defend as it comes down towards his hairpin. A very important overtaking point, and Mirza Shambi wants to give some payback here from taking away his P1 position. Tom Go now breaking very early on, closes the gap on him, preventing Mirza having an exit. In the meantime, though, going a little bit wide there is Bradley Benedict. He's not able to find a good line there to get past Hayden Highcall. He stays in P4.
Beautifully done there, coming in from the side of Tom Mirza Shami to be able to take away that race line away from him. So Mirza Shami right now has to aggressively fight this off against Tom Go if he wants to steal back that top position here. However, we do see a fight between Hayden Heikal as well as Bradley Benedict. As look at Bradley Benedict right now giving a lot of pressure towards Hayden Heikal, trying to get a little bit of room between himself to go for the overtake.
I mean, Hayden Heikal is not giving any room at all for Bradley Benedict to be able to take any advantage here. So Bradley is going to have to come up with some creative ideas here if he wants to be able to get past the tenacious 15-year-old. Now they're coming down to the main straight here. This is going to be his best opportunity. They are close enough to be able to catch a trap here. Bradley Benedict needs to be able to get a good speed, especially on the exit. That was how we saw Tom go being able to get past Mirza Shami earlier on. So now they will be coming to chicane. It's going to be a very crucial moment here with Bradley Benedict. Will he be able to find a good line against Hayden Heikal? Hayden thinking very defensive inside line, coming in for the turn. Bradley Benedict having a nice fight already. He gets to the exit, but Bill gets blocked off there by Hayden Heikal. The door is closed. There's no way he's getting past.
Beautifully done there by Hayden Heikal. The prodigy showing his potential there against Bradley Benedict, aggressively stopping and closing the door on the advance from the side of Bradley Benedict. However, not too far behind. Adam Khalid trying his best to stay within the fight, but it seems that it's going to be a three-way battle here within second, third, and fourth place as they are aggressively fighting for those spots.
Because don't forget, car number 7, Mirza Shami, doesn't have his rear view mirror. He cannot really see that well what is going on behind him, and that could open him up to potential for attack. It's only fortunate that Shami's had to hold on, trying to keep Bradley Benedict behind him. Can he hold on there? Given that now, instead of going for the match race time here with 5 minutes and 40 seconds, he has to endure until the end.
He has to endure until the end, that is definitely for sure. As we do see Tom Go right now going on to lap number 16. It's about to happen here. We've only got 5 minutes and 30 seconds left here in this action-packed sporting class round between these drivers.
Yeah, Adam Khalid having a lot of space in front of him has just set fastest lap so far. Oh, look at the inside there. Oh, massive contact there. Oh no, Mirza Shami facing the wrong way in the track. He's going to try to turn around as quickly as he can, but he's losing positions as the entire training cars will be getting through. That is a massive, massive hit there for Bradley Benedict, and that is certainly going to have stern words there from the race directors.
Definitely stern words coming in from the race director towards it, and man, oh man, Mirza Shami doing so well, but Fishdale out of his position. Very, very unfortunate for Mirza Shami.
It's so unfortunate. Into the replay, let's see what happened here. So we see Bradley trying to go for the inside. He tried to get past, but he didn't realize that Mirza was already turning in for his line and was going on his normal racing line there. There's no reason for him to actually hit him on the side there. That's definitely going to be on Bradley.
Well, it's definitely going to be on Bradley here, as it's going to be very unfortunate for Mirza right now. But man, oh man, could have this played? Could the right side mirror played a role in terms of blindsiding him?
I doubt so. Like, given the angle that Mirza was already in, he literally could not see him even if the mirror was already up. So the thing was that Bradley took a really risky move there, and unfortunately, he took out the driver here, and that definitely is going to be cause for concern. But in any case, Mirza going in the pit stop, there's no yellow flags, there's no need to clear any obstruction on track. Racing will continue now. Bradley Benedict currently up into P3, Adam Khalid in P2.
Well, contact for turn 5 between cars number 97 and 55 is under investigation already, and it is going to be very interesting to see how this turn of events is going to affect positioning overall for our sporting class.
P3 is now dropped all the way down to P5. Meantime, outside as car number 93, that is with his rear bumper basically hanging on there for tier 5 as he comes around to his right corner. Car number 93 attempting to try to find on the outside here. He's going to take the tier 1. Preventing very hard and keeping him on the outside and preventing him having room. In fact, Tom would say that runway straight. Brilliant overtaking going on here as the race is starting to come to a close.
Beautiful attack there coming in. Very good awareness in terms of the insides and outsides of the racing lines. Nicely done from these drivers. However, Tom Go as well as Adam Khalid and Bradley Benedict are going to be making our top three here. Hayden Hightower falling down towards fourth place from third place just now. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this is going to transpire between a lot of these drivers. Vincent already dropping down to the fifth spot, whereas everyone else still almost roughly maintains the same positioning.
As Dr. Ken Fu in car number 10 sensing the opportunity, seeing car number 93 going wide there. Danny's unfortunately, in fact, I think it was because of the contact he had with car 77 that caused his rear bumper to come on like that. That definitely is dragging him back somewhat and prevented him from being able to get a good line through there. So with Dr. Fu, like, that's the thing. Sometimes as a driver, you just have to look for those kind of opportunities, and you never know. You might suddenly find yourself in a position just to take advantage of someone else's gap.
Final 2 minutes of race number 1 for the sporting class here today, as we do see a lot more urgency for a lot of these drivers as they are going to be fighting it out for positioning here as we head into the final 90 seconds of this race. It has been action-packed. It has been there's been a lot of drama, and there's been a few contacts, unfortunate contacts here and there, but mainly it's going to be Mirza Shahmi that just has his dreams shattered from second spot all the way down towards 13th with a major collision that ended in fishtailing and the audacious turn number 5.
Yeah, it was so sad there for Mirza. He qualified in pole position, a false start that gave him a 15-second penalty, and now due to no fault of his own, he's completely out of the race. In the meantime, in the back there, we're seeing 2 car wide going down towards turn number 6 now. It looks like there's going to be a big fight here for the inside line. That's going to be car number 12 now. That is going to be Haji Sultan, able to cut around, but unfortunately gets cut off as they come into the second sector. Dr. Ken Fu is able to defend his line there and stays in front going into sector 2. But in the meantime, though, it looks like he will not rest on his laurels. Haji Sultan knows that he has an opportunity. He knows that Dr. Ken Fu may be a bit slow going into sector 2.
Last and final lap here today for the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival Sporting Class race number 1. Man, oh man, has it been exciting? It's been action-packed. Tom Go, Adam Khalid, Bradley Benedict, and Hayden Hightower as well as Matsuki making up the top 5 of this race. So man, oh man, has it been a crazy fight between these racers.
Yeah, car number 12 now starting to slow down a little bit. He has to try to defend his position here. He's not going to be thinking about whether attack anymore. In the meantime, now we're seeing the 3-car trade here, the 3-way battle going on for P6 now. As Dr. Ken Fu leads the trade going into turn 4. He opens the door wide there. It looks like Haji Sultan attempted to have a look at the inside. Doesn't quite find it though. And the exit there, it looks like Dr. Ken Fu will be able to block him off just in time, keeping this train of cars going on as they enter into sector 2. But remember, Dr. Ken Fu lost his position there as Haji Sultan is able to the gap going into turn 7. Leader of this race going into his final lap. The checkered flag is out. He takes it. He takes the win in race number 1. Adam Khalid comes in second place. Randy Benedict in third. Hayden Hightower in fourth place. Now coming in the next group of drivers here. Dr. Ken Fu in car number 10 is going to be coming across the line soon. He will be taking P6. Haji Sultan will be taking 7. Tarbibi Taha, who started way back in the grid here, has managed to make his way up to 8. And oh no! Another car into the wall here. Number 38. So it's a 36 there. My goodness. Just when he thought the chaos was over, he went and brought another one to us.
The final lap was definitely not a lucky one for him, as he will be colliding with the wall here. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a crazy battle with Tom Go coming up on top after 20 laps of this race for this sporting class.
Well, Tom Go definitely will be all smiles here. It seemed like the entire universe aligned for him to take this first win here in race 1. That's going to be a lot of points he'll be carrying into race 2 and definitely setting him up to be in a good spot here for this weekend's race. But definitely all spots here as well for Adam Khalid, currently in P2. Randy Benedict, though, man, I think he may get a penalty penalty. This is, of course, just me speculating, but the race directors would definitely be looking very closely at that contact between him and Mirza.
Well, everyone right now heading into the pit, as we do see them entering into the pit area. Definitely unfortunate for a lot of these drivers, as they are going to have a crazy amount of time there. Big wave there coming in from car number 33, which is Tom Gore.
Yeah, his team is definitely going to be all happy for him. They're just waiting to celebrate as he pulls into the pits now. But Tom Go definitely deserved this win here. He has been so strong and consistent during qualifying, during practice. And even though Mirza beat him to the chase when he came to the pole position, it showed that, you know, as long as you maintain a good, clean race, you can sometimes still come out on top.
Beautifully done there. Hayden Haikal right now coming up onto the platform here.
Yep, that's the weighing station. The cars will have to be weighed after each race to ensure that they meet the specific weight requirements at the end of the race, to ensure that all the cars are in perfectly according to regulations here. Because, you know, given that this is a spec series, you want to ensure that all the cars are performing at the correct, or rather the most balanced set of performance here. So weighing the cars at the end of the race is absolutely an important part of scrutineering here.
Well, it is going to be very interesting to see what kind of results are going to transpire here, as the number one race of today in the sporting class has been done and dusted. Checkered flag has been waved off, and man, oh man, has it been a crazy one. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Yeah, this is going to be the start. So we did see Mirza actually, he actually false started during that one. So that actually came around the same time. So he definitely was watching what Mirza was doing in that start. This was the first accident that happened there with Ricky Tan hitting the wall immediately after the start there, and that unfortunately caused like a 3 or 4 lap long safety car parade. And as they waited to actually pull him out here. But as the thing, after this, you can see his mirror get completely sideswiped off there as Mirza attempted really hard to try to pull away from Tom Cole. And this was the second accident here between car 98 and 77. And that unfortunately was out the end for both of those drivers. And then coming into this is where Tom Cole managed to make that overtaking move there to take on Mirza Ali and put him in a lot of pressure there, because Mirza, remember, had the 15-second penalty due to the false start. So he not only had to try his best to keep up with Tom Cole, he also had to defend from behind. And that was also where a really exciting battle was unfolding, as Bradley was attempting to try to get past car number 81, Hayden Haikal. And went a little bit too over-eager there on the inside there. You have it, that's where he got in contact with Mirza, completely took him out of the race there. And unfortunately, I think Bradley is going to have to take most of the blame for that.
Well, it is definitely unfortunate for him, as he was fishing
Best
out
music
of that,
compilation.
it was very exciting to see so much action thus far. But sadly, Mirza, Shami, and Mahazan will be the unluckiest riders in that particular turn. Action coming in at turn 5, and I mean, rightly so, it is a very tight-handed turn. A lot of opportunities for cars to actually control or hit into collision and affect the entire race.
Here we are going to be seeing the battle that besides no matter how long this race
Listen. Here is the sound of respect. The sound of unparalleled style. The sound of a car that says everything without saying anything. A car engineered to push standards, to push the status quo. There's only one place to go for a car like that. Forward. The all-new Corolla. Unspoken class.
Toyota, all about the drive. Toyota, all about the drive.